Alright, so I'm actually going to make a couple more videos. This one I just made some changes with production, or while I was working on getting it working in production, so I want to just go over those really quick. This one is very basic. Basically, I just had um, this variable here, this constant variable, whatever the constant is, available within the scope because this is an outer scope in this main. Um, So it is accessible in this scope of this function because the function is, let's see, yeah, yeah, it's accessible in this function. So the linter was giving me a warning that basically it was accessing the outer scope one because I had, I mean, it was, what is it called? Overwriting or shadowing? I don't remember the term. Uh, the outer scope variable with the one of the same name within the function. So what I did was just made this lowercase, and that's that. So I'm gonna commit this and say use local variable. Okay, another quick one. So I have in Scanner, let me just go to that really quick. There's a lot of stuff in here. In Scanner, it's reading from the file here, but if it reads it in um, as an empty string, then I think there might be issues here. I actually never ran into this issue, but I think there would be when it tries to read here. So two things, I changed this to empty object, so it writes basically an empty object. I could have done JSON dump here instead of that, but this does work. It writes basically that into the file. And then in here in Scanner, I changed these to get in case, well, yeah, they should be get because if it's an empty object, I had just this and that would crash or that would error out. Whereas now it doesn't have um, that property in the object. It'll set it to an object, which is basically the default value of these things. So that's that. And then one other thing in here, I noticed that I didn't convert this to a date time. So anytime you read in a CSV that has times, I think you can use an option called parse dates, something like that in the when you read it in. I don't know. I haven't gotten that to work. I didn't look into it too much why, but I always just do it after the fact. Um, and yeah, so basically down here I got an error um, in production where it was or while I was testing production, where it said it couldn't compare the time to a string because it hadn't been converted to a date time. So there's that. Let me commit that. I'll just say convert to date time. It's the main thing that was happening there. And then two more things, really one more for this video. First one, well, this is a few changes in here, so I'll go with this last, which I'll get to in just a second. But in here, um, this is just a script that I'm going to go over in the next video to activate the environment and activate an environment and then run the script. And I'll go over it in the next video with a task scheduler example. That's how I'm going to be running it in production. Um, so Scanner, last changes. So here, basically, I'm reading in the Firebase database URL um, and the Firebase credentials file name um, from a file in the private folder. So same file I use for the user ID, I just put through these in here. And then I'm just using them there, so it's pretty straightforward. And then in here, I'm passing in high or low, because in the front end, I want to know, did this hit the high of the target or low? Obviously, you could look at like a chart and know that, but it would be nice to know ahead of time. So I'm passing that in, which can then be sent with the alert and displayed on the front end. I'll come back to that in just a second, 'cause there's one more thing to go over with that. Market cap, so I basically added a market cap filter. I have it set to anything less than a billion market cap. It would just not send the alert. And again, I'm getting those from that other script here, init that runs. Do I have? Yeah. So in here, I'm saving the market caps and stuff into a separate file, which is then being read in by the scanner. Is that happening? Let me make sure about that. Where is that actually? Scanner config. I know I'm doing it. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Okay. So back to the diff mode. So where were we? Oh, yeah. So this is basically instead of just referring to this down here to get the market cap, I'm putting it in a variable up here. So then I could do some checks on it. If there's no market cap, I could probably combine these, but whatever. This is somewhat readable to me, so that's fine. This could be an issue if you want to look at ETFs. I don't know, depending on what data source you're using, if they say that the managed amount or whatever is a market cap or not. On Polygon, I don't know. I think it might do that, but I'm not sure. Maybe not for all ETFs. So, but anyways, if there's no market cap, just return because the filter won't work. And then if there is a market cap, then filter it and return. So don't send the alert. Just get out of this function. So there's that. And again, we're checking for that ticker in the stock info that doesn't exist. This is basically like optional chaining to make sure it doesn't error out and can go into. There's other ways to do this, I think, in Python, but I don't know. This is one way. And then you're getting the market cap from either this empty object, which it will or will not exist, or the object that comes back when you look at the ticker value, or the ticker property name, and then key into that and get that value. Okay, there's that. Anything else here? I think I talked about that. All this stuff I already talked about. Okay. Just some formatting. I thought too, if your target hit and for some reason your warning basically if your target hit at the same time as the warning, like maybe a spike or something, there was some delayed data, you also want to add that to the warnings hit because it went past your warning. So there's that. Again, just putting the variable there instead of what I had before. And then here's the high or low that I'm sending with the alert that can be displayed on the front end. Okay, down to this handle message, which is each message of the WebSocket connection comes through here. Target alert sent. So this is a flag. And the reason for this is similar to what I had up there. First, it checks if there's a target that got hit, and if there is, then it'll set this flag to true, and therefore, if this is true, it will not send the warning as well. So you don't want to send multiple alerts. If the target got hit at the same time as the warning, then you only want to send the target. So that's the point of that. Any other changes here? Oh yeah, I'm just passing in the high or the low here on both of this, and then one change here. The price dict, I'm passing in this target dict, where the reason for that is, I'll show you how that's used. So the price dict is, where is that? Price dict. I don't see that. I could search for it, but why can't I find it? Let me do this. Price dict. There it is. Target price. Basically, the target price, I don't want it to show the warning target price. I want it to show the target price, you know? So that's why I want the front end to show that. Oh, there it is. Okay. So that's that. Anything else here? No, I don't think so. And then down here, what did I do down here? I think that's what I already went over before. Oh, Linter warned me that I didn't have a mode specified, so this is read mode. It also always warns me about specifying a encoding like UTF-8 when you read, but I don't know. I probably should. I have ran into issues with that before, and they've caused me to take some time to troubleshoot and debug that. But yeah, I don't have that right now. But and then this is what I went over before, where it's making sure that these values exist. Um, if not, set them to their default value, which is an empty object. That's it for the scanner. I'm just gonna say, gonna commit scanner refactor. Too many changes to describe there. Technically, they should be all in one, I mean in separate commits. But yeah. Okay. Last thing, I'm gonna stop the video, take a quick break. And in the next video, I want to talk about this, how I'm gonna use that, a task scheduler example, and what else? Task scheduler example and some improvements to be made that I thought about. There's a lot of improvements that I won't go over that could obviously be made, but just some things I thought about. All right, see you next time.